Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I kindly ask that you subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and share the videos. I really and truly appreciate it. You came to my channel and you are watching this video for a reason, okay? Over here, we believe in divine timing. So if I fell on your For You page, hey, and welcome. So now that we have our greetings out of the way, let's get into it. Money is calling. We're always manifesting money, okay? I even hate the fact that they put the decline on here, because I'm always gonna accept when it comes to the money, baby, okay? We're always manifesting money, okay? Money is attracted to me. I attract money. I have so much money. I'm in the overflow. Money comes to me easily. Money comes to me frequently. Money comes to me abundantly, okay? Money is attracted to me and I am attached to money, okay? Money is always finding me, okay? Ashe and amen. Get into your affirmations. That's why you ain't got money. That's why money ain't calling. You ain't out here, doing what you're supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be manifesting and saying your affirmations, baby. You are never in lack. You are always in the overflow, okay? Y'all, that was, yeah. Spirit had told me to tell y'all that. No bullshit. But now that we got our little, quick 1-2 praise on, in today's video, y'all, I got to go in on my fellow spiritual community. Y'all know how I like to get on here and deconstruct Christianity. But today, I got to get on here and get toe-to-toe with my fellow spiritual community, because y'all have lost y'all mind. On TikTok, if you go down the rabbit hole of spiritual TikTok, you will see videos of people denouncing or deconstructing or wanting to walk away from the spiritual community in the grand scheme of things. Not really stop your spiritual practices, but I have seen a lot of people stating that they were wanting to walk away from quote unquote new age spirituality. And I don't damn blame them. I do not connect with a spiritual community, so to speak, because guys, as I always say, spirituality is literally your spirit. Your spirit and how it connects to source, creator, God, whatever you want to call it. That life force that keeps all of this going, that dwells inside of you. You do not need to pay $300, $400, $500, $600, $700 to go and see somebody just so that they can tell you how to awaken what's inside of you. I understand that some people need that initial push. Some people do not understand the spiritual calling that may have been placed over their life. Some people do not understand that solar plexus feeling that they have, and so they need someone to help guide them. Nothing is wrong with that. What I'm saying is, if you are going to see multiple tarot card readers, you're getting multiple readings several times a week, several times a day. If you are surrounding yourself with individuals that are claiming to be spiritual healers, spiritual guiders, spiritual leaders, and you are not being spiritually fed, that's a problem. If you're paying for a service and the service that you're paying for is not meeting your standards, or you're not being spiritually fed, that is a problem. A lot of people in the spiritual community, especially out here in Atlanta, I have not experienced the spiritual community outside of Atlanta, so I cannot tell you what it's like in Miami. I cannot tell you what it's like in Houston, New Orleans, New York, South Carolina. I don't know. As far as what I have seen in Atlanta is a hot tomfoolery mess. Even other spiritual people or people that are part of the spiritual community that does not even live in Atlanta, is not even in Atlanta, would travel to Atlanta, host events, Once again, there's nothing wrong with paying for a service, because if they are providing a service, then yes, they should be compensated fairly. I'm not saying that. But if you are finding yourself in a situation where you are paying for a service, a spiritual service, and number one, it's a lot of buku money, and you are not being spiritually fed, that is a problem. The same way my fellow Christians go to their church house on Sunday, pay their tithes and offering, and they still walk out not spiritually fed, that is a problem. The spiritual community has learned how to capitalize off of the fact that people do not have the ability or do not know how to go within themselves to embark on that spiritual path. And they see that. If you are able to get a true tarot card reading, and it's $25, and you leave that reading spiritually fed, amazing, awesome. You paid for a service and you got what you came for. You got what you were looking for. You received the information. But what I'm seeing is a lot of people on TikTok saying how they're paying hundreds of dollars to receive services. They are not satisfied with the services. The person that was giving the services that did not seem interested, engaged, and the worst one of all, did not seem like they knew what the hell that they were doing. I have tarot cards, but I read them on myself. Okay? I can journal on myself, by myself. I can manifest by myself. I'm not saying that if you do find a good community that you should not try to connect with like-minded individuals, okay? Because that's the beauty of anything. Connecting with like-minded individuals, y'all can discuss things, y'all can attend these same events that you both have a common interest in. But some of the things that people are saying that are happening to them, that is straight up bullshit. All of this, you need to meditate 1,000 times a day. You need to get a tarot card reading every day. You need to jump up and down, jog around, do this and do this and do this. Listen, if that works for somebody else, that does not mean that it's going to work for everybody. The beauty about spirituality is that it is not linear. How I approach my spirituality may be different from how another person will approach their spirituality. So there's no reason why, just because the burning of the bay leaf worked for you, then you should be forcing people or telling people that this is what they should do on every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Y'all, when I think about healers and I think about spirituality, it really reminds me of our ancestors, our great-grandparents, people that even came before them. Nature was their thing. To be honest, some of them did not even have the tarot card readings. Some of them did not do the things that New Age spirituality is forcing people to do and causing people to pay all this amount of money to do. Guys, if you was to sit with yourself, go within and truly meditate and really do your shadow work. Face your darkest and most deepest and darkest parts of you that are unhealed. Do your grounding work. Become healed, truly healed. It's too many people that are claiming to be healed and they're not healed. But if you guys were to truly get quiet, this reminds me of a gospel song, Secret Place. Go to that secret place. It could be a physical secret place in your home or out in nature or wherever, or it could be a mental secret place. Go to that secret place where it's just you, creator. You won't need the 5011 tarot card readings. You won't need to do the scripting for day in and day out and this, that, and the third. You will learn how to call things to you. You will become less dependent upon a spiritual community. Once again, there's nothing wrong with the tarot card readings. It's nothing wrong with the meditation, the prayers. It's nothing wrong with the rituals and the everyday practices and things that you want to do for your spiritual health. There is nothing wrong with that. What I am saying is that you have to watch out for the overindulging of practices when you're trying to seek something, when the one thing that you have to do, you have not done. And that is shadow work, facing your most deepest, darkest things that are unhealed, okay? Because I don't care how many tarot card readings that you do. You could do 16 tarot card readings a day. Until you are healed, that means nothing. You could go to every single spiritual event that is on the book across the country. Until you are healed, your spirit is not going to heal. You will not be able to take in everything that you're trying to take in. And guess what? The scammers and the schemers that are within the spiritual community, they gonna recognize that shit. Because best believe some of them are truly spiritualists, healers, all-knowing, and they have these spiritual gifts and abilities to be able to help you reach the best version of you, but they can also recognize the most piss poor parts of you. And that's where they get your ass. That's where they capitalize off your ass. And next thing you know, you're paying for all these services and you're not able to accept what it is that they're giving you because you are still unhealed. Some of these services, such as the card readings, you can't even begin to understand what a card reading means, because you can't recognize it, because you don't know how to spiritually intake in the information. Y'all have got to first heal. Y'all have first got to heal, and you can start healing yourself. You can start reading your own cards. You could get a deck off of Amazon. You could go to your local botanica. You could go to wherever, like you can get your own tarot card deck. Learn tarot, learn astrology, learn numerology, learn your different signs, your moon, your rising, your Venus. Learn you. Get a birth chart reading. Get your chart. Learn what houses rule the parts of you that are unhealed. What planet is in your 12th house, in your 9th house, in your 5th house. Learn all of that stuff about you, so that you can then start to be your own spiritual community. You can start to be your own spiritual leader, spiritual advisor. You can then learn how to guide your own self. And once again, and I have to keep saying this because I know a lot of people feel like, well, if I'm supplying a service, then I should be compensated. Absolutely. I'm not going to walk into Sephora and expect to pick up some Chanel perfume and then just walk out. No, I'm going in for a service and I'm going to pay for my service, and I get that. But what I'm saying is, don't be fooled. Don't be scammed and schemed, because once again, just like they can help you recognize the best version of yourself, they can easily spot the worst parts of yourself, of you. And that's the part that they capitalize off of. And they feed you bullshit to keep you coming back, spending money. And whole time, you may feel a little good about yourself. You may leave that service, good for a couple of days, a week, few hours, whatever the case may be. And then you're right back at square one because, baby, you still unhealed. And until you heal those broken and unhealed parts of you, you cannot receive what a tarot card reading is telling you. You cannot receive what the astrologist is telling you. You cannot go get a palm reading and understand what it is that they're telling you. You would not be able to effectively accept and receive those spiritual services until you are healed. And once you are healed, baby, you're going to realize you do not have to pay thousands upon thousands to go to a local lake and do a meditation. Now, if you do want to partake in certain services, and you may be in an amazing spiritual place. You may be healed, but you may still want to support and attend, and that's fine. Because then at that point, you will be able to recognize the bullshit, and they won't be able to scam and scheme you and reel you in. So it's so many people that are wanting to walk away from what they call the new age spirituality. And although people are calling it new age, because now spirituality is becoming more so to the forefront as people are leaving all types of organized religion. But the new age spirituality and the games that people are playing with spirituality is beyond me. I never understood why people would say the lingo and do certain things just to be a part of the movement. Spirituality is real, y'all. This is not a game. This is not some shit that you play with. This is not some shit that you go and buy a couple of gemstones and you wear Ankh and you say Grand Rising. That shit don't make you spiritual. That does not make you spiritual. It takes more than some gemstones to make you spiritual. First of all, how do you even align with the gemstone? Because none of these tools, such as the gemstones, the incense, the sage, the Palo Santo, the journaling, the scripting, the meditations, all of that, none of that shit is going to work if you don't work. None of that shit, you're not even going to be able to feel it if you yourself are not doing the work to make sure that your spiritual body is good, that you have great spiritual hygiene. Take B. Simone. She said that the rose quartz didn't work for her, but you wasn't in alignment with the rose quartz. You thought the rose quartz was supposed to bring you a man. Whole time the rose quartz is about mending relationships, not just sensual and sexual relationships, but relationships, period. Unbreak the heart. What work did you do on your heart chakra? How was your spirit and your energy in alignment with the rose quartz to even receive the type of man that you was looking for? And see, some of y'all new age spirituality people got on Instagram and TikTok one day and saw all these people talking about gemstones and the great qualities of gemstone, and you thought that it was just easy to go and get a gemstone. What's the gemstone even a real gemstone? Did you get the gemstone off of Amazon, or did you go to the local botanica and get the gemstone that was dug up from the earth and it still has the dirt on it? Did the gemstone take a couple of months to even get to the person selling the gemstone, because the gemstone is coming from the jungles of Jamaica, the jungles of Mexico, or Costa Rica? Or did you just go get the fake gemstone and thought that the gemstone was supposed to do the work? No, baby, that's just a tool. Are you doing the work? Is your heart still hardened, or have you softened it? Have you mended your broken heart? Have you done the work to even mend your broken heart? How is your heart chakra? So I do understand the frustration of the spiritual community, just because within the spiritual community, and I'm gonna keep that shit real, within the spiritual community, there are scammers, frauds, and schemers capitalizing off of the fact that people are unhealed, do not know how to go within, do not know how to start their own spiritual path, or they may not even have good spiritual hygiene, and they capitalize off that shit. I don't care. In order to sit down and have a conversation with a spiritual person, off the rip, they want $1,000. If it's not the creator that I am sitting and talking with, and baby, that's free, by the way, but I'm not paying $1,000 for you to tell me what I already know, or for you to tell me what I should know. And I get there are some people that do not know that, as I said early on in the video, but that's why I said you need to have discernment, because they can see your ass coming. They can spot you a mile away. They see your bopping, bushy tail, wide-eyed, unhealed ass coming, and they know that it's about to be a payday. And I'm not faulting the people that's going for the services. I'm faulting the people that's charging and overcharging to provide the goddamn service. That's my issue. And also, for the other people that wants to be a part of this new age wave about spirituality, spirituality is not trendy, y'all. Spirituality has been around since the onset of living beings, not humans. Humans, we are the newest motherfuckers here. But I'm talking about the onset of living beings. There has been a concept of spirituality. So this is not some new age shit, y'all. I don't care how many times you say Grand Rising. That does not make you spiritual. I don't care how many times you burn the sage. That does not make you spiritual. I don't care how many times you go and talk to the lady down at the Botanica and you got a little bag of dirt and you doing a spell. That does not make you spiritual. The root word to spirituality or spiritual is spirit. And it's your spirit. It's your spirit. And how it connects to the grand scheme of things. How are you moving around about in this physical plane as a spiritual being having a human experience? What is your spiritual hygiene like? Because see, you can't wear the clear quartz, the rose quartz, the aquamarine, the tiger's eye, and expect just to automatically be okay. All those tools work based off of your energy. And if you're still giving piss poor energy, those tools are not going to help you. So I just wanted to, hop on really quick. I don't want this to be a long video because I don't want anyone to take this out of context that may be on a spiritual path. I don't want to say a journey because eventually a journey could possibly come to an end once a goal is met. But anybody that's looking to go down a spiritual path, all I'm saying is use discernment. If you do not have great discernment, that should be a starting point. You should be doing some type of spiritual work to strengthen your discernment. Because there are some spiritual vultures out here that's go get your unhealed ass and have you paying buku dollars, buku money to them for a service, and you will still be unhealed. Nobody can heal you but you. I don't care how many times you go get a tarot card reading. Nobody can heal you but you. If you are unhealed, baby, you are going to be unhealed. There will be no amount of sage burning. There will be no amount of gemstone. There will be no amount of events that you attend that is going to heal you. That is the work that you have to do, baby. You are going to have to do that shadow work to unheal the most broken parts of yourself so that you can have discernment. So that you can be the best version of you possibly. Now, even after doing the work, if you still feel that you really need to call in some reinforcement, then do that. I'm not telling you not to go seek the services. I'm just telling you to have discernment. If the shit seems off, then it's off. If you got to sit down with a reader and give them your whole life story in order for them to read you, that's a red flag. I have received readings where I've literally walked in, gave my name, my birthday, and my sun sign, my moon sign, and my rising, and that was it. And Shawty read me like a book, like a 400-page book. She read me down. Read me down. So I left out of that reading fed because I'm still on a path. I was feeling off. I went and got a reading, and literally I told her nothing about me but my name, my astrology, and birthday. That was it. But if you got to sit down and provide the answers before the question, baby, that's a red flag. Because if you truly use the spiritual gifts, that shit gonna come out. It's gonna come. So all I'm saying is, do not attach yourself to the negative parts about this new age spirituality shit. Have discernment and heal yourself. Heal yourself. Connect to individuals that are like-minded and that are genuine, so that you are not out here fucking played, y'all. Because it's some vultures out here in the spiritual community, okay? So just be careful. But I didn't want this to really be a long video, so I'm going to go ahead and end the video right here. And once again, guys, subscribe to my channel, like the video, comment if you have an opinion on the video. Let's talk about it. And y'all, until next time, love and light, stay safe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good night.